Good morning, everybody. We're not starting in the firing range. I started in the firing range this morning, but I did, I've been practicing in here more and more and more, but there is always something off about the firing range versus real life out there on any of the maps. Like when I come in here, I feel like straight up, I hit those dummies like it's nothing. Like I'll just I'm popping them, no problem. It's not the stationary thing either. It really isn't, because I've come up, I like to snipe, I like to shoot, I like to do long range shooting, mid to long range shooting. The friends that I play with, they are really into that kind of, jump in and push, that hardcore push. I love nothing more than to sit back here, meet them up a little bit, break their shoes, right there. And then one of my friends that might be sitting like right here, or even right off to the side, can just push right in and finish them. The only thing that sucks is when they need help, and how far is that? And I'm 85 meters away. I don't have like the super fast way to get to them. I mean, unless I started playing with Pathfinder, which is not a bad idea altogether, because I could, with Pathfinder and his zipline, I could sit here, meet him up, get him broken down, or get one of their guys dropped, which is preferably, I would rather somebody be dropped. I don't agree with when you're three people and they're three people and you have zero clue to what their playability is, and you break one shield on all three of their shields, and it's like, okay, let's push. That's not a push. I just think that because, in all honesty, the other two with the shield are just going to keep beating you up before they even worry about their friend. A knock changes the whole story, because you got a 50-50 chance of either the teammates are going to leave them to die because they know I've got to keep fighting, because that's actually the smart choice. Keep fighting the person until you know you can get that res, or if your other teammate can take care of the other two long enough for you to do the res. Your res has to be smart if you're going to do it immediately. Otherwise, you make them wait, and at worst case, you let them die, you get their card, and you res them later. It is more important to kill those enemies, get a clearance, and just take off, relocate, and get your stuff back, or get new stuff altogether. Just depends on the situation you're in. Like this, definitely noticing out of the games that I played yesterday that we kept running into multiple teams. Like on Kings Canyon and World's Edge, on the Mirage boat, you run into multiple enemies all the time. But there are so many areas on those maps where it's just one team at another team, and then another team, but they're all spaced out. Yesterday, we kept running into multiples of teams. We kept running into people that we were being third-partied, or we were third-partying other people, and it was just like you really couldn't help it because they're just right there and everybody's fighting it out. It's I think that's another thing that makes the map fun. It's faster. It's faster paced. I don't think that the rounds are going to last nearly as long. But enough of that, because that's not actually what I came here to talk about. What I came here to talk about is I think I figured out why this is almost completely ineffective. And it's because their body shapes, like looking down right now, when I look down there at that dummy, I get a better look at what color they are, what shape they are. On any of the other maps, when I'm looking at the enemy from this distance, they are a thin, skinny little line. And I'm talking about from this picture right here. They are just puny, straggly little lines, barely visible. All I can see is just a little black line right there, kind of moving about. Almost like a Pathfinder, but it's on everybody. And when I come into here, they are still not this big with a tree three times. Not from...
Enemy out there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, not from that distance. Not from that distance. They're not going to look this big. And if it's because this is the actual shape and size of their hitbox, I don't care about that. When I come on here and I'm shooting these dummies, I am more interested in hitting a bullseye. I want to know the precise center location of hitting them, and I don't want to see anything else. I don't want there to be, because like these dummies being just a little bit bigger in actual shape than a person from this distance on a map, minus like Gibby. I'm sure like Gibby and Caustic stand out more, but not all the other ones, especially not the new one, Horizon. The only thing that makes Horizon stand out is her little, tornado thing that shoots her up. But I want to come out here and I want to see these guys, and I want them to be just as thin as the other players. As a matter of fact, it would be nice if they just put legend bodies out here. Like, even if you could just select, and it would all be Gibbies, and it would all be Race, and it would all be Pathfinders. Especially if you get a Pathfinder out here that just kind of did his little dance, which is nothing more than doing this. All you do is just strafe left and right, standing straight up, and you look like you're dancing to the opponent. I've watched my friend play with Pathfinder. That's his main. And that's what he does. He'll just sit here and strafe and dance around. And then when I'm trying to shoot a damn Pathfinder, I'm looking at him, and it just looks like he's hopping up left and right on his feet, and you're just not going to hit him. But I would like to get the actual physical, detailed, like, physical shape of it as far as what your eyes see. What your eyes are comprehending, what your brain's comprehending when you look at that. That is not the shape of the legend. And I tell you what, watch me play and see how much more difficult it is for me to hit that headshot twice in a row, even on if an enemy opponent is sitting there. It's just never that clear. Like, if this was Bloodhound would have that freaking hat on, so it's almost impossible to sit there and really figure out what to hit. You just like be able to hit the hat right over here, but no, to me that's not. I need to hit right here in the bloody center, pop the damn thing. But when I come out here under firing range, it like gets me all beefed up and energetic about things because I'm getting off really good shots, and then I go out in the field and those shots don't happen. And I think it has a lot to do with this crap shape of the dummies and their color and the fact that they're just not the Legends bodies that we're used to shooting. We need Legend bodies out here. Whether you put one of each out here or you give us a choice to pick one and make all the dummies that one Legend, we need more realistic things to shoot out here. The best thing that this range has done for me otherwise is helped me with sniping, because these rings right here, you know, learning how to shoot and just at least getting your target. But I mean, I'm talking more like getting more detailed, getting more accurate with my shooting. And those dummies are just not going to do it. I mean, even with this thing, which I really like what they did with the 99, whatever they did with the 99, because Hipfire, you point at them, they're gone, man. You don't aim, you just gotta have to sneak up to them, and they're gone, man. So I really do like what they did with the 99. But my thing is I think I ran up on at least one or two people like that, and they didn't drop like that. You know why they didn't drop like that? Because when you get up here and you're well, not there. That's too close. When you get up here and you're shooting and you've got that aim on, some of them, like Wraith, are able to wiggle around, and Pathfinder. They're able to wiggle around. So when you're getting there, it's like you're literally shooting through this horseshoe shape where their hip is, because their hips actually over here, the top of their body's still here, and their legs are still here. But you're just shooting. Well, I got it right there. But you're just shooting nothing. When for just a brief second. So yeah, I guess even for close range shooting, if these dummies could actually move, and not even that much, just strafing, a little bit of strafing, a little bit of moving, and like I said with Pathfinder, that stupid little dance he does. But that ultimately will help us when we want to just do solo training. And I'm not talking about with other people. Other people, training with other people, that's learning strategy and everything else. This is just mind memory, muscle memory, learning how to accurately shoot. Going out in here, practicing doing that right there, and then going right out onto the field and doing it for real. And knowing that the actual parameters, I guess, of the dummy is going to be exactly like that of the Legend. I also think that these things, like that right there, should be a different number than that right there. It's all 55. Like that should show you, like, you know, help you focus more on keeping it on the body. Anyways, I think it's time to go and